My name is Allison Grava, and the purpose of this video is to share with you my website that encompasses my pre-internship portfolio and internship portfolio presentation. I am an English teacher at South River High School in Anne Arundel County. I'm currently working towards my master's in educational technology and leadership at Loyola University, Maryland. As a part of the program, I completed an internship at my school to help students and teachers integrate more technology to create a more engaging environment in the school community. This website serves both as my pre-internship portfolio to share my reflections of my learning journey and my internship portfolio and presentation based on my experiences through this internship. In order to navigate through my website, you need to be aware of the following things. At the top, I have my pre-internship portfolio that lists out all 18 key concepts that we met throughout the entire program over the past 2 years. Within my pre-internship portfolio, you'll notice that all of the key concepts are linked on the right-hand side. The purpose of the pre-internship portfolio is to showcase and reflect on each concept upon which the program is built. It is an opportunity to present how I learned and implemented each of these concepts throughout my matriculation in Loyola University's Educational Technology and Leadership Master's program. All of my artifacts and reflections are meant to illustrate my concept attainment. An example of one of my pre-internship portfolio key concept attainment, I wanted to show you my key concept 12 on online teaching. We just finished our class ET 631 on transformative online teaching. We were asked to develop an online facilitation plan, and I chose to complete a blended environment because it's something that I can implement in the spring with my English 10 STEM students. I utilized the R2D2 model in order to meet the community of inquiry framework. Developing this plan was a whole lot more challenging and gave me a whole new perspective on what it's like for my instructors to develop the online classes that I took. I was able to implement a wide variety of collaboration opportunities for my students, as well as the opportunity to use Web 2.0 tools like Piktochart, Google Slides, as well as provide them with the face-to-face opportunity for seminar. Here is my internship portfolio. I have embedded my action plan for my internship that I developed. As with all best laid plans, it did not go exactly according to plan. However, I was able to help many of my colleagues make great strides in their implementation of technology in the classroom to facilitate more student engagement. We know through student engagement, they are able to achieve more concept attainment. I based my internship on Eli's 8 conditions, but most prevalent was moving beyond the status quo. While many of my colleagues felt that they were using enough and the correct tools, I felt that there were more tools that could help our students in the classroom. That was what my internship focused on. I held Tech Tuesdays twice a month to share a wide variety of tools that could be easily implemented to move my colleagues through the various stages of SAMR, as well as one-on-one tutorials to help them develop a stronger grasp of these tools. In the following pages, I have my internship blog that chronicles each month of my internship, the 5 key concepts that I felt my internship highlighted, the internship presentation and reflection, and finally, my next steps as an educational technology leader. While I met all 18 key concepts throughout my matriculation in the Educational Technology and Leadership Master's program, I felt that my internship highlighted 5 key concepts. Key concept 4 for communication skills, key concept 6 for equity, key concept 8 for models and theories of change, key concept 11 for staff development, and key concept 18 for educational resources. Key concept number 4, communication skills. This is designed to help students use technology tools to collaborate with others inside and outside the classroom. Use technology tools to collaborate with colleagues. In order to meet key concept 4 throughout my internship, I had great opportunities to share educational tools. In order to accomplish this, I used the tools that Anne Arundel County Public School provides. While my internship was in South River High School, I was afforded opportunities to work with teachers outside of the school across the county. In AACPS, we work with Microsoft OneNote. In my Office 365, I created collaborative folders for my content teams, English 10 Standard, English 10 Honors, and curriculum sharing. In the first slide, you can see that I shared with English teachers. However, the English teachers in my curriculum represent teachers from North County, Annapolis, Northeast, Severna Park, and many others. This provided my colleagues an opportunity to share their best practices. In the second slide, it illustrates our county's Blackboard, where I am a member of the electronic learning community for English across the county. During my internship, I created opportunities for my students to work in collaborative groups through Edmodo, as illustrated by the discussion board for Lit Circles in my English 10 Honors STEM. I found that Edmodo is a great place to collaborate with my colleagues at South River High School. With the grade 10 STEM teachers, we were able to share resources that we were using in our classrooms, see when one another were giving assessments so as not to overload the students, and collaborate on technology tools being used. Furthermore, I started an educational technology collaboration group, which consisted of many of the teachers who attended my Tech Tuesday after school, see me one-on-one for one-on-one assistance, and those who were unable to fit my professional learning opportunity into their personal schedule. In the final slide, I illustrate the use of Google Drive in order to create collaborative opportunities for my students to develop notes in order to work toward their literary criticism paper. Throughout the internship, I worked with many teachers and students during our Nest lunch as well as after school during my 45-minute Tech Tuesday presentations with open educational resources such as Edmodo, but I worked with smart technologies and even with the basic functions of Microsoft. Key Concept 6 deals with equity, modeling and promoting strategies for achieving equitable access to digital tools and resources. In August of 2016, I had the opportunity to present integrating technology during an all-county English teachers meeting. During this presentation, I shared the SAMR model in order to help teachers to look at technology integration in the classroom as more than just a check the box, but rather the opportunity to enhance student engagement and place student learning in the hands of students. I taught teachers using Haiku Deck in order to illustrate different open educational resources to create stronger presentations for their students and for their students to use. I taught and then worked with Padlet in order to answer questions about Web 2.0 tools. We worked on creating Edmodo classes where I showed them how to develop assignments, quizzes, and small groups to enhance student achievement. Furthermore, we worked with Symbaloo. I shared with teachers the idea that they could streamline their research in order to focus on more development of research papers rather than seeking out the resources that were acceptable, therefore placing the focus on the standard that they were going to be grading to streamline their time. I presented the same SAMR model presentation to all the departments in South River High School. I modified it in order to spark interest in the attendance of my Tech Tuesday presentations and offered one-on-one assistance to anyone who could not make it to Tech Tuesday. This one-on-one assistance was supported by my administrator, Edie Pickin, who gave me Monday, Wednesday, Friday duty for Nest lunch hour in one of the computer labs so that I could be available to any teacher or student to help them implement technology for engagement. During our all-school professional development, I was asked to present about ways that teachers were supporting our school improvement plan in order to increase PARCC scores in English 10 and Algebra 1. I began my presentation by teaching each member of the faculty how to use the open education resource Padlet. My presentation partner, Sherry Jockel, and I worked through the ways administrators could see how teachers were supporting PARCC. And we used Padlet to brainstorm for each teacher to provide administration with feedback so that they were able to modify the Look4's walkthrough form to give teachers stronger feedback about what was observed in their class. During one of my Tech Tuesday presentations, I worked with Plickers. I chose to work with Plickers because of the low-tech aspect of the QR codes. I provided individuals who attended Tech Tuesday a set of their own Plickers to copy and give to their students. I then invited them into my classroom to see Plickers in action. Because we are not in school, we are not a one-to-one school. I wanted to provide the teachers with an opportunity to use a wide range of resources that were not just localized to computers. Many resources that we worked with have common apps for smartphones, which most of our students have in their pockets. Key Concept 8, Models and Theories of Change, discusses the application of models of change to understand the current situation of technology innovation in a school and a plan for the future of technology in the school using the models of change. In order to create change, it was important for me to evaluate where my school stood with their technology integration. I determined that the major issue at South River High School involved being satisfied with the status quo according to Eli's 8 conditions. I then determined that the fastest way to show that the status quo wasn't acceptable was to share the SAMR model. I felt that this embraced where the teacher stood with their comfortability with technology, but would allow me to show them ways to go beyond substitution and augmentation through to modification and redefinition. In my plan, I wanted to be a part of the tech committee, but the way that South River runs their tech committee was to send a representative to a meeting and then send out monthly technology connection resources or professional development courses offered through the county. Therefore, I did not meet that aspect of my internship. I believe that my internship did support this committee because often the resources that they were sharing, I was working with through my Tech Tuesdays. Before I started the Tech Tuesdays, I sent out a questionnaire in order to determine how comfortable the faculty was with technology and what resources the faculty wanted to learn more about. Through the results, I was able to determine that the teachers wanted to learn more about Edmodo, smart technologies, which encompasses Smart Notebook and Centios, Padlet, Plickers, and Google Drive. Less than 50% of the faculty felt moderately comfortable with using technology in lessons, and most were using technology for games, brain breaks, and research. Others were only using PowerPoint to deliver their lessons, and occasionally they would share a YouTube video. Only receiving feedback from 41 of almost 125 faculty members was disheartening to say the least, but I was happy to get it nonetheless. After conducting the Tech Tuesdays, I again put out a questionnaire to those who attended. I received 21 responses, although I did work with the entire faculty during school-wide professional development. Those who responded felt that they increased their proficiency with technology in the classroom, as well as their comfortability. Because of the newfound confidence, they were more able to implement more technology for engagement in their classrooms on a more frequent basis. They widened their types of tools that they used in the classroom and indicated that they wanted to learn more about Performance Matters Unify program that we use in Anne Arundel County to collect standards-based data, BlendSpace to classroom opportunities, screencasting to show, not just tell their students how to work with an assignment, and more about Edmodo as it keeps evolving and now includes a way to help develop a PLC. Because I struggled to get a consistent group attending Tech Tuesdays, I wanted to know when they preferred to learn about these Web 2.0 tools. They indicated that the one-on-one model worked best for most of them, but if it were a large group setting, they wanted it in breakout sessions during school-wide mandatory professional development. Key Concept 11, Staff Development, is the application of models of staff development to begin the process of real change in the school. In my initial action plan, I had provided for opportunities for each of the members of my faculty to attend Tech Tuesdays every other week, as well as set up one-on-one opportunities. After presenting the SAMR model to all of the departments, I had Tech Tuesdays where they turned into one-on-ones as well as large groups of about 7 or 8. During these Tech Tuesdays, I presented a wide variety of open educational resources and even learned a few in order to meet the needs of the individuals who were in attendance. In order to meet Eli's 8 conditions, the faculty needed to want to work beyond the status quo. While I was disappointed that the groups who attended the Tech Tuesdays weren't larger, I understood from my initial questionnaire that many of my colleagues felt that they were using technology to enhance student engagement and didn't feel it necessary to learn beyond the tools they were already using. During one of the one-on-one sessions with my colleague Susan Good, a World and Classical Languages teacher of French, she asked me about an open educational resource called Duolingo. Since I had never heard of it, I took it upon myself to go and learn about the program and work to figure out the best way for her to integrate it into her classroom. She was able to create a class within Duolingo in order to provide opportunities for her students to practice speaking in French. Susan would come to see me once a week, and we would work with Spark Technologies to create manipulatives for the students to work with and embed videos into her smartboard presentations and her Edmodo class. I was also able to teach her how to effectively use Edmodo in order to have her students speak French and post it to her. This meant she didn't have to take time away from the class where she would have them complete individual or group work while she conducted speaking assessments in the hallway. Susan's final aha moment came from voice typing in Google Docs. I shared with her the opportunity to have students speak French into Google Doc and have it type it on the screen. This would give them the opportunity not only to speak French, but to edit the grammar aspect of French as well. Key Concept 18, Educational Technology Resources. Locating a variety of technology resources, evaluating them for classroom use, and assist colleagues with this process. Secondly, to locate funding opportunities to enhance technology resources. Throughout my internship, I was constantly sharing open educational resources that I found through my classes at Loyola and from my own tinkering. Not only did I share Edmodo, Smart Technologies, Padlet, Symbaloo, Plickers, BlendSpace, and Haiku Deck. I learned about Duolingo from a colleague. During one of my last classes, ET 630 Digital Education, we created a digital literacy lesson. I adapted mine from commonsense.org. This is a lesson that I will be sharing with my colleagues at the school level, the new teachers at New Teacher Orientation, and at the board level. It can be altered to fit any subject area, and since the validity of the information is at the core of any research component across all curriculum, it is a lesson that should be taught over and over again throughout the student's educational journey. During one of my one-on-one sessions with my colleague, Kelly Filoni, I shared with her the resource Donors Choose. She and I decided it would be a great way to get multiple copies of novels that we teach in our English standard curriculum where our ELL population has spiked. I helped her to set up her Donor Choose page, and she was off and running. She was able to gain all of the funding for the novels, but they only had 2 of the 3 texts that we needed. Donor Choose gave her an opportunity to choose some technology for her classroom. She got a color printer for the classroom and a digital camera. As an unexpected surprise, she was given tickets to a Navy playoff game for her to be recognized during halftime for her work to help students beyond the classroom by reaching out through Donor Choose. She was one of 2 high school teachers who were recognized. The rest were elementary school teachers. Here's a little something extra. Because of my presentation in the all-county English meeting, new teacher orientation meetings, countywide content team meetings, and my work at South River, I was asked to help the county build the English Tech Connections page for English 10. While this was not a part of my internship and I did it after my internship concluded, I felt that I would share it here to show how the educational technology internship provided me with exposure to work beyond the classroom to help teachers across the county. So, what's next for me? Well, I'm going to continue to present across the county at the new teacher orientation next month and at South River High School for our half-day professional developments. I want to implement more tutorial videos for my colleagues as they continue to involve more tech in their classes. Crystal Schaub and I are going to continue with our Twitter chat, Ed Impact Chat, and grow my PLN. I'd like to work on the technology leader angle of my skill set and see what opportunities present themselves in AACPS or beyond. Ultimately, I want to keep learning what's next in tech advancements to ensure that I am on the cutting edge as a tech leader. The African proverb that it takes a village to raise a child keeps running through my mind as this program comes to an end for me. I may not be a child, but it definitely took a village to get me through this accelerated program. Thank you.